great month of March where we had 4 sessions where it was hosted by women. All the moderators were women, and all the panelists were women. So we are so overwhelmed with the response that we got with all the 4 sessions, and we have got a lot many entries into the panelists. So why not? Let's continue this series, and we are here with session 5, and I'm back moderating the session. So welcome everyone to session 5 on SEO Talk with Women in SEO. Awesome. Okay. Where are you joining from? Whether you are joining on LinkedIn or YouTube or Twitter, wherever, please do comment what part of the world are you joining from, and let's keep up the engagement going on during the session. If you have any questions, please do ask along the way and we'll pick it up. And let's get started and let's introduce the incredible women we have with us. So let's go with John.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Do I need to introduce myself or?
yeah. Who is John
Okay.
from John's work? Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Okay. So, hello everybody. Hello to everyone wherever you are in the world. My name is Jeanne. I'm an SEO consultant, and I recently launched a one-person corporation called Search and Jeanne, or sometimes people would mispronounce my name as Jean, so it becomes a homonym, Search and Jean. um, and my main niche is service based, also niche businesses. My focus is on conversion driven SEO strategies, basically helping entrepreneurs increase their revenue through SEO.
Lovely. Thanks for introducing John. We'll move to the next panelist, Eva. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, everyone. Great to be here. I'm Eva. I work as a content and SEO specialist and also as an event organizer. I work with a lot of different clients. I'm not a one-person corporation like John is, but I tend to work as one. And I also organize events in the SEO and tech space, with the main one being Belgrade SEO conference happening this September.
Fantastic. Awesome. We'll move to the third panelist, Helen.
Hello, everyone. So my name is Helen. I'm an SEO manager and basically working across the entire SEO, basically or mostly on strategy, but also on execution. I do a lot of tech SEO. I work with different clients, and in a nutshell, yes, that's my specialty.
Lovely. Okay. Today's topic is all about AI and SEO, signal versus noise. Why did we choose this particular topic? Because somewhere between AI is going to replace everything and just right for humans, it will be fine. There is an actual answer. And we have with us 3 incredible women in SEO today. And let's kind of go ahead and unfold what's going on between the two scenarios. So without further ado, we'll start with the very first question for today's session. And here we go. So when we look at all these AI tools and AI generated content, AI influenced search results, flooding the industry right now, if we open LinkedIn, if we open any social media platform, how do you personally distinguish what actually matters from what is just noise? We'll start with Helen. You want to go first?
Yes, sure. Let's see. I basically filter it by ignoring what I know. I mean, I know what's clickbait, right? And I know like the people I've been trusting over the years and like my own got my own expertise on SEO, how I've been executing stuff since I started, which was a long time ago before things were even a thing. So basically, yeah, I just filter a lot of those things. I know people in the industry that are actually doing things to help, other ones that are not always out there but are building things on the back end that really work. And then there's the other side of it, which is you and what you do with your clients and what's working, and that foundation, it's pretty much the same. So basically I just ignore right now when I'm seeing, I don't know, LinkedIn. It's, for example, one of the things that I see all the time, that this, if I'm going to go out in LinkedIn looking for recommendations or a strategy, then I'll never get anything done, because I just can build something in cloud in, I don't know, a marketing team in cloud in, I don't know, 20 minutes, because that's not how it works. So basically, yeah, ignoring it. Basically, that'll be.
That's a great way to look at it. I think so. I have stopped using LinkedIn all day long, but I've subscribed to a specific list of newsletters which I can kind of bet on and just follow these updates weekly. That's about it. But yeah, just for networking and maybe possible connections. That's what I'm using LinkedIn. But yeah, what do you think, Iva?
So I don't exactly ignore it. I am on LinkedIn. I use it probably more than I should on some cases, but I've worked hard on my feed for years and years. This is like years and years of efforts to just, filter out all the noise and just have the generally good advice and good content. And that's basically my approach to everything that's, AI flashy, is using kind of like a common sense and looking at the structure. I mean, sometimes I do tend to run into those posts that are on LinkedIn or other social media where they promise they replace the entire 25 marketing team with Claude and everything. But I look at the structure, I use my common sense and, like Helen said, my expertise to see whether or not this is legitimate or just somebody doing something, or somebody being sarcastic and trolling. That's also happening as well, which I kind of approve. But yeah, my approach is definitely just like I look at everything. I want to see what people are writing in there, because I work with a lot of clients, and those techniques are being used on their website. So I want to be familiar with what people are selling out. I want to see what is out there, even as a bad technique. I mean, we're all familiar with how Black Hat works, just so we could know how to see it when it happens with our clients. And I do look at those posts just to see, okay, this is what people are doing. This is what I'll sometime need to clean up. This is going to end up in my basket for me to take care of, for me to, bring it back from the ashes. So I look at it all and just like, filter out like, okay, this is being used. Okay, no. Okay, this is valuable and stuff like that.
Oh, that's lovely. That's such a custom tailored approach that you take for your LinkedIn feed. Thanks for sharing it. Uh, what are your thoughts, John?
Okay, so for me, it all boils down to two things. Number one is understanding the fundamentals that fuel search. And second is focusing on the bottom line of the client, right? Whether it's a business or a personal brand or a nonprofit, does AI search visibility matter at the conversion level? And what kind of content help the most in getting their messaging across? And we all know that content in at least the last half decade is no longer limited to, 1,000 word article or a couple of thousand word article. So there's a lot of as I would call it, multimedia content. But having said that, it is important to bear in mind that there are foundational technologies that make search happen. For example, ever since it always have been, informational retrieval, like the way we've always understood search: index, retrieve, then rank. And that's basically how it still goes nowadays. Information extraction has become important with with the emergence of AI. And the noise there is that a lot of people would mistake it as chunking. They need to chunk their content, but that's not how it really goes. It's just a matter of structuring your content so that the AIs are able to extract specific or sections of your content, let's say on a page. The other things are understanding the main purpose of semantic search, which is mimicking real world user behavior, which is why there's a lot of evolution of content on search results. It's no longer just the blue links. Aside from the AI summaries, you also get like videos, a lot of videos, especially with how to queries, and also images. um, Aside from that, structured data, as SEOs, we know that schema markups or structured data is the real native language of search engine, right? So that plays a critical part in optimizing content for AI search visibility. And as you've said, SEO is currently garbled with a lot of hype noise. Like aside from chunking, there's this adding LLMs dot txt files, which I'm also, by the way, guilty of. And I don't know, it
Mhm.
just go comes along with my WordPress account. So anyway, I can't say that it works, but it doesn't hurt as well. But I would categorize it for now as part of the noise. Reddit SEO, um, although it works, but it's not as it shouldn't be as glorified as a lot of people are saying, right? And also FAQs and information gain, all that. What actually matters for me is classic semantic structuring, what has always worked since the beginning. HTML structuring, making sure that your H titles are organized accordingly, not jumping from H2 to H3, and then H3 coming before H2. And understanding the entities, making sure that the your content is understood by search engines, especially the entities and the disambiguation, because hallucination is a real thing with AIs. So that's it.
Lovely. That's such a fantastic way to put everything together and kind of sum up how AI search landscape is evolving. Awesome. That brings us to the next question. Is the volume of AI content online making traditional SEO signals less reliable or probably more important than ever? What do you think,
Who goes
Eva?
first?
Who wants to go first?
I
Go
can
ahead.
go first. Yeah.
Sure.
For me, it kind of has become more important because with all the noise, all the AI content, or as we call it, AI slop, happening all over, it is like there's a bigger responsibility on the backs of our little SEO backs to like take care of that because uh, there like we just said, there's like so many people promising you to publish 50 plus articles per month, 100 plus articles per month, and do a lot of things and implement the LLMs.txt file and things that just like happen. Like so many things are being brought out to people, like common people who are not in SEO, and they don't know how to filter it out because they don't know how it works. They just see this and like, okay, this sounds like it works. Sure, why not? And then a lot of bad things happen. So like with all of that happening, I think that our SEO, we as SEOs have become more important, and to help filter out that, to help fix those issues, and to help kind of reduce the number of times we're going to see that type of content, to reduce the number of times businesses use some of those techniques, same as it was before. Like, it was our jobs as SEOs to help our clients not do black hat techniques that will end their careers and businesses. Now it's the same case, but it's oriented towards how we approach AI, how we approach the new era of like LLMs as a channel that serves information and is being searched on. So my opinion is that we need to make the internet or things more like reliable. We need to help contribute to that, and that adds a lot of a big layer with a lot of responsibilities to do.
Wow. Uh, you sneak peeked into llms.txt. I've seen folks kind of going out on Reddit and LinkedIn and starting to debate. I think so. It doesn't take more than an hour to implement it, but people are wasting couple of hours just finding if it is worth implementing or not. So that's okay. What do you think, Helen? What are your thoughts?
Um, just piggybacking on what Eva said. Basically, it's making everything so much more relevant. When you see a good piece of content, something relevant, whatever that may look like, an article, a landing page, something that actually gives you value, that's even more important now, because there's so much noise. I mean, it's just terrible what we're seeing right now. When you come across those huge pieces, it doesn't matter how long they are. I mean, some of them are, some of them are not. But the thing is, the value they actually provide, I think that's right now. It's more relevant than ever. You notice, people notice, if a business um, puts a piece of content in front of you that you feel that it's actually adding something to what you're looking for, you actually read it. It doesn't matter like how many minutes it will take you to do it. You actually will take something out of it. So right now it's even more important. I think quality, it's like, it needs to be out there, and people are noticing more than ever. So yeah.
Fantastic. What are your thoughts, John?
I totally agree with both Helen and Eva. Traditional SEO signals should become more important than ever these days because of the uh, volume of AI content, that's out there online. But these traditional SEO signals also have to evolve. Like, for example, EEAT signals are still very important. And again, the noise there is that, you keep hearing the terms brand omnipresence or branded search. But the thing about EEAT signals nowadays is that you have to have verifications from or confirmations from other websites, especially third party websites, not just second party like LinkedIn and on all those social media platforms, but really reliable websites that are relevant to your industry. So for example, it's no longer about getting backlinks from high DA websites. If you can secure one, like for example, as SEOs, if I could secure a backlink from moz.com to my website, to my SEO website, that's great, right? And it is very relevant to what my business is all about. But before, people would just say, and like Eva said, it's part of the black hat thing where you just farm a lot of backlinks to your website, and then your rankings go zoop, up there. Nowadays, the search engines have become matured and more wiser. We've had the last spam update just a few weeks ago, and that's part of it. And search engines would look at how those backlinks really relate to what you're offering, your the business of your brand or your website. And also thinking about how you're putting your content, your how you're structuring it. um, there there's also this thing called RAG, retrieval augmented generation, which is supposed to be being used by LLMs to prevent hallucinations. They fetch real world facts, but then to what extent they're being used by the different LLMs, by Gemini or AI mode or Chat GPT, we don't know that. But what we do know is that RAG still uses the classic information retrieval algorithms, meaning classic SEO foundations are still required by AI engines to index, retrieve, and rank your content.
Absolutely. Um, I just watched this particular video by Kevin Indig yesterday, and I was amazed. He just shared that 1 year from now, like the success metrics for an SEO campaign or a website would be how many agents are visiting your website and how many agents are completing a transaction on your website. So that's such a great way to look at things, how AI search is moving forward. And then think about the whole content engineering problem, making sure that your content is easily accessible by AI search bots as well as search engine bots. And then you have your website with the right UI, UX in place that even agents can visit your website and can successfully complete a transaction. So interesting times ahead, and we all are riding this roller coaster wave day in and day out. Awesome. Okay, we'll move to the next section of today's session, which is AI generated content and search quality. Um, First question in this particular segment is Google keeps on saying AI content is fine as long as it is helpful. But in practice, what are we actually seeing in the SERPs? Who wants to go first? Helen?
Um, let's see. Yes, I think that's also what I'm seeing. I mean, as much as I would like to say, like every time a new update comes, right? We say, "Oh my God, Google, what are you doing now?" But basically, they make some good points because yes, I mean, you can notice where something is, someone use it or use AI to help create that, briefing structure and so on for a piece of content versus when it's actually generated by AI only. So I think that still holds true. I think that there's like a well-meaning thing behind it because with AI overviews, I mean, I'm guilty of, looking for something and just reading the AI overview and just clicking, I don't know, two links from whatever search I'm getting in there. So I'm guilty of that, obviously, and it's easy to, look for the actual answer. So, but I believe that it's always been like that. You've always created a piece of content, and actually relevant one, to be able to answer that question, not just, give me, I don't know, the history of whatever, and then you get to the actual point. So, so I guess I'm seeing it like, yeah, kind of a way. I know that it's there. It needs fine tuning because right now it's not perfect. Right now, what you see sometimes in the top three searches, depending on what you're looking for, because otherwise the good result is buried under sponsor content, AI overviews. People also ask a bunch of things. But basically, yes, I think I am kind of seeing that. I kind of get what they're trying to do. Whether they are there or not, it's different. But yeah, I think kind of. would be my answer. Yeah.
Cool. Joanne, what do you think?
Okay, so creating content nowadays has become very easy. As a matter of fact, there's this thing called algorithmic authorship. So you can basically generate content, a lot of content in just a few hours as compared to, what it used to be when like 10 pages or 10 web pages of content would probably take you a month or 2 weeks at the least. But um, what I'm currently seeing on the SERP is the emergence of more human narratives and human generated content. And w- I'm talking about videos, a lot of videos nowadays, especially with how to queries. AI overviews would probably give you like the 10 like the steps to doing this, but then you'd also see like a YouTube video on how to do that, being presented by real humans. And my experience has always been, I don't know, maybe because I'm a visual person, I would click the video first. Maybe I would just, go through the blah, blah, blah because it's clean, it's direct to the point with the AI overviews. But I would also still go to, the YouTube videos because these are actual experiences of humans, and there could be a lot of nuances on the things that you're trying uh, to find out. And lately there's Google's launched, I forgot the name, but it's something like, for example, you're repairing, or you're changing a tire in from your car, right? And you have the AI mode thing on, and then you just place your mobile phone and um, uh, 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 how do you call that? Turn on your video or your camera, and then the AI would speak like a real person. And it will tell you exactly what to do, what's wrong with what you're doing, and all that stuff. But all of these are still coming from, content that's generated by real people. So I would say that maybe AI content, or content that's generated by AI, is helpful in the sense that you can generate a lot of content, so that encourages a lot of creativity for all of us as humans. But there is still that human component that's currently, it I would say that that is part of the current user behavior. Otherwise, those things are not going to come up in the search results. Because search engines are semantic search engines nowadays. So what they try to do is serve what's being clicked most by actual searchers. So that is something that we could also try to, capitalize on.
I just love the anecdote that you shared. I think so. AI is already trained on the content that is on the web, and then you can use your phone, you can use your camera, and it will guide you along the way, taking pictures, videos. And so that redefines the whole helpful content definition. So earlier we used to write helpful content for humans. Now we need to engineer that content, which is again helpful for the bots as well. So they could kind of train using the content engineering that we do. So interesting times ahead, and I think so. We as SEOs need to kind of buckle up and look at it from both the lens. And one more thing which I wanted to add here is there's a lot of AI slop out there, and because of AI, almost maybe all the top brands would have similar content, but the brand that would be publishing proprietary data or proprietary statistical
Yeah.
data into their content will have an edge compared to other brands. Um, but yeah, what is your take, Eva?
Well, it's a similar one. I think the four of us all agree on a lot of things, definitely. In my experience, currently, the SERPs are not that different than what we were seeing before. So instead of AI overviews, we had the feature snippet. So I tend to look at the AI overviews as the feature snippet. And yes, I am also, as Helen, guilty of just seeing the answer there and moving on and contributing to the zero-click society. Oopsies. But then again, it all depends on the industry. So I've worked with clients across different industries, and I've looked at the SERPs both automatically and manually. And in some industries, it is how it is like that because you just want to find the answer and move on. There's not that much of a let's go to the website and see. In other cases, like I would have to go through so many things to find an answer, which was the same case as before, especially in terms of like something tech oriented when you want to do something, fix a website, either on Wix or WordPress or Webflow, whatever. You have to, like, if you have a specific issue that nobody has seen or done before, you're gonna have to scroll a lot, but that does is not that different than before. However, there's a lot of quick win strategies. So sometimes, again, depending on the industry and the business, sometimes the SERPs get flooded with the quick wins of with full-on AI content, but that's just a matter of the search engines catching up to that. So sometimes the SERPs would be, filled with unuseful content, but that gets fixed, in a while. And we're currently living in an era where a spam update rolls out in 24 hours. And Google has announced that they will be rolling out smaller updates more frequently, which I do believe is kind of a good thing because then those quick win content that we see on the SERPs will get rid of easily, and we will get caught faster, and so it's still volatile in my opinion for us to judge if like the SERPs are good or bad. It nobody like not the four of us have not googled the same things, so and it definitely is a changing landscape of sorts. So it'll be a while before we can say the SERPs are good, the SERPs are bad. For now, it's as all SEOs like it depends.
And also, if I may add, I've also, in my experience, informational content has become difficult to really rank because of a lot of information that's out there, and it's very easy for AIs to just retrieve them, which is why I have been focusing more on the bottom of the funnel type of content. So those are commercial content and really brand focused, because at the end of the day, people are going to, if let's say, like the example that I gave earlier about changing your tires, the last the last possible question would be, where do I get a new set of tires, right? And what's the best brand for that? And you have to be there, and that's really the bread and butter of every business, right? To be chosen, uh, recommended by AIs, or the search engines, and chosen by the customers.
Yeah, you still have to, like, that's the whole thing. Like, the informational content is not as visible as before, but you still need to
Yeah.
have it because when somebody stumbles up on it, I mean, it like some industries even before, like especially marketing industry, when you're trying to look up something in marketing, like a marketing article or whatever, have been flooded with a lot of not like content that's fully commercial instead of like answering a question, and that has like changed in a good way. That is not longer the case. So even with the LLMs, you still have to cover those type of informational content, and of course add the final CTA layer at the end. Okay, if you're looking for the tires, go ahead here, and that's something that humans will pick up, not the LLMs. So you still have to cover, because when somebody asks GPT, "Hey, how do I change a tire?" you want to be there to pop up. So you have to have something on that content, and if a person from ChatGPT lands on your content to like fully read it, you can use that space to make it a conversion page, basically.
And then
Fantastic
again,
insights. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Sorry.
and then again, that's where the traditional, I don't know if it's
Yeah.
considered traditional by now, but it used to be a thing, topical authority, like covering the topic within your niche. And it's not just, any topic under the sun. Like, for example, if you're an RV manufacturer, you just talk about all the kinds of vehicles, right? You need to talk about what you specialize at, like, for example, safety, being family friendly, and all that stuff, so that you narrow down your content to your real target audience, and not just, the whole world wide web. So you still get
Fantastic.
to, yeah,
Mhm.
you still get to cover a lot of informational content, but
Mm.
you need to position yourself as the authority in that, line of topic.
Great insights. I think so. The discoverability starts at multiple different AI surfaces. So we still have to go out there and publish informational content, and not just publish that content, but think through the whole customer journey and think of the follow-up questions that the customer might ask. Where should I go ahead and buy new tires and whatnot? So uh, great insights, and we have to. So earlier in the classical SERP era, we used to check the people also ask section, or there were tools like uh, people also ask, or some other tools. But now I think so. I think so. Similar questions we can scrape through, or maybe we can go to Reddit and find relevant questions and try to optimize the overall journey. So we make sure that our brand is recommended across the journey.
Totally.
Awesome. We'll move to the next section of tools. So we all have been doing SEO. We continue to do SEO, and in our campaigns, which AI tools are you genuinely using right now? And what are the activities that you're doing still manually? Like if you could share some light on who wants to go first? Helen?
I can go first, of course. So basically, the main one I'm using, well, I guess it come across ChatGPT and Gemini because those are the easiest to integrate. For example, I could always integrate stuff with Screaming, for instance, because we have an API for that, right? So that's easy enough to integrate ChatGPT with it. But then if you go to you are doing spreadsheet, which is the most common one, and you have Gemini helping you now. So those are the easy ones. So you can use to generate book stuff, but then again, there's the other part of it, which is editing a lot. So, so I guess I would say, yeah, ChatGPT integrations with everything and the usual tools. SEMrush, it's already, I've always used SEMrush, and that's already giving me pretty much all I need. So I don't know if I need to be jumping from every new tool that says I have an AI powered whatever. So basically, and that makes me sound like I'm a very skeptic person with AI. I'm not. I really use it, but yeah. So basically, yeah, to help me get like the mechanical stuff, generate ideas, creating briefs. But then again, the actual content that's still pretty manual. I get the brief and I get an idea, I get a structure, but then again, I'm tweaking it a lot. Same with H1 tags, same with title tags, with meta descriptions. I can bulk generate those, but then the amount of time it takes me to edit to get it to where I actually wanted to get them, and what I know, it's been working all the way, meaning be descriptive, being helpful, be benefit oriented, So those things those are pretty manual still. If I want to get quick insights on something, how does this work? What can you get me from, I don't know, this amount of data? Or can you give me any given trends? If I have a huge, I mean, keyword research, for instance, if I have a huge keyword list of keywords that I need to, clean up, then that's helpful. There's how many long tails, how many three-word keywords are you actually seeing here that I can use, instead of formulating it like I used to do with a spreadsheet. So basically, yeah, I think manually it's just the important stuff, the content stuff, and just, I don't know, delegating to AI would be those things, trends, insights, ideas. That'll be.
Oh, that's a great way to put it. I think so. There are tweets out there, there are YouTube short videos out there. Hey, use this Claude skill and you can replace your SEO agency. You're paying $5,000. You don't need to. I'm like, one of the clients reached out to me and is like, I used this on Claude and it it gave me some negative results. So you have to give a lot of context. 3 months ago, you redirected your older URLs to newer ones, and the Claude is recommending that, hey, there is a cannibalization issue with your old and new URLs. Like, what's going on? So yeah, it, there's still a lot of human in the loop. Human intelligence is required. A lot of context is required. You cannot outsource your SEO campaign to a Claude skill, not at
Please
all.
don't.
No.
Yeah, and if you do, you reach out to us. We are here to help you. Okay, yeah, cool. Moving forward to what tools do you use, Eva, and what things do you manually?
So I did a stupid thing. I experimented with all of them on creating content. I was interested, like so many people were promising that, and I basically experimented across ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Perplexity, even DeepSeek, and I would give them like the same prompt, same article, just to see how it works. As I was like, hey, I mean, people are writing so much about each and every one, saying Claude is better, Perplexity is better, this one is better, and I've tested out all of them. And for like content, none of them. I use them to help me out in terms of like ideation, brainstorming topics, maybe even like handing inspo. Sometimes it's become a great useful tool. And I've singled out like Claude and ChatGPT to help me out when I'm writing content. In terms of like when I get stuck with something, when my inspiration goes away, I just ask them, hey, what do you think about, like, give me ideas based on the info you have. For SEO, I recently tried do like some of the skills, and on my first entry, it hallucinated. It was for like a schema. I wanted to assess the schema on a website and tell me like which schema I should add, and it completely made up one schema item that I was never able to find anywhere. And the others they were deprecated, they were no longer being used, so kind of not a thing. So for SEO, I'm just currently like, I don't use it. I mean, I give it I mostly use Claude to like, I want to see what they see. So I would give a website to Claude or sometimes ChatGPT to like see what it sees, to give me some insights that I might miss. Because even before AI came into thing, I was using tools to help me, see something faster, see something better, different other tools. Even like I mostly during my career used Ahrefs and also like at the same time SEMrush. I would use their other tools to see what they see. I would use Screaming Frog to see what it sees. So I tend to just use it to assist me. And I do tend to automate the metadata writing part of SEO. I never liked writing metadata, so here it is in public. So I automate that through the chatbots. But I'm still at the half. I automate some things, but do manually some things. And basically, my tool stack has it's remained the same with the SEO tools that I use being Ahrefs, SEMrush, Screaming Frog, but also like for content, I now use ChatGPT and Claude to like some ideas. But then again, also ask that I've used before to get some inspiration for the topics as well. So the tool stack kind of might remain the same. It just broadened up with the assisted use of the things I do into Claude and ChatGPT. And like Helen said, like Gemini, so like if you're using Google accounts like Gmail, Gemini is everywhere, so you're bound to use it at one point. So I use it, I don't even know how many times, for email summaries, for sheet summaries, for sheet adding like some sheet data or like columns or whatever. So I guess I can add Gemini to the stack because it's already infiltrated my life whether I wanted to or not. So that's kind of like that's what my stack is right now, kind of like the same I was using 2 or 3 years ago before, just with the LLM assist of it.
Awesome, awesome. I think so. You summed it up all. Uh, how does your process look like, John?
So I've used ChatGPT and Gemini before for content brief, generating, planning the topical map, and actually generating the content. And I gave up on ChatGPT because for some reason, okay, so this was my thinking, because I follow a specific, framework and outline in terms of content. I was thinking the best entity or person who would be able to really understand how the semantic structure works, and all the principles behind it, would be the AIs, right? Because they are built that way. But ChatGPT would always hallucinate, and if I tell it to cut out the fluff words, it just comes out dumb. And that was like 2 years ago. I haven't gone back to ChatGPT since. I don't know if it has improved already, but I stuck with Gemini so far, and the outputs have been really good. But I have to say that they still need like manual checking and editing and revising from the with the content brief. The manual part there would be doing the SERP analysis. I don't think that I can rely on an AI tool. I have yet to test it out with Claude, because I have some colleagues saying that they have had, very positive results, but that's yet for me to see. But in terms of, really analyzing what types of content, and what would be the next question that a human user would ask if they stumbled upon, the your content, that has to come from manual analysis. Now, in terms of content, Gemini is very good at following instructions, as long as you have the correct details and you have trained it several times already. As a matter of fact, I had a new website launched last year, and immediately within like 2 weeks, the important pages ranked for the high impact keywords. So, and I would attribute that to mainly for the structure, because the necessary information are easily extracted by both search engines and AI. In terms of tools, I only just use SEMrush and Ahrefs for comparing the actual SERPs for certain keywords. In debugging is also great when you use AI debugging codes. I mean, it brainstorming, and especially if, let's say, I'm I'm constructing something that's very disorganized for me, I would ask Gemini to find the logic within it and organize it in a more comprehensible way. But topical map generation, that's like maybe ask for the ideas, because I have been training my Gemini buddy for years now, and I can't get the correct map from, or the content network that I'm trying to get at. So it's 50% Gemini ideas and 50% from my own research and understanding of how it should go about.
Oh, lovely. I think so. This is such an interesting question. I can't stop myself from answering this one. So the workflow that I use is I've been using Spark Toro for some competitor research and then audience research, and use Ahrefs, Screaming Frog, Keyword Insights. So how I've changed my process is I've set up the Claude code specifically and integrated multiple different APIs. So I can directly chat and get those APIs running. I don't want to go hopping multiple different dashboards and downloading and then putting it back into the cloud code. So all the churning of data and resources through APIs happens on Cloud Code, and everything related to client communication and emailing or any resources that I want uh, to give more context about, that happens on Cloud Chat. But I'm still learning. I'm out of tokens by afternoon, and I'm still learning. I want to make sure that I don't use all the Ahrefs credits. So learning that learning curve is going to take time, but it's helping, and it's helping in my process, and it makes me more productive. We have an audience question which I would want to pick it up. There's a question from Isha. Which is that one task which you feel is now completely automated or is helping in saving time using these AI tools? Okay, can we have that question on the screen, or I'll repeat it? Yes. Who wants to take this up?
Okay, so for me, it's really just content generation, but not completely automated. I, 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 I don't know. I still have to trust the AI tool. I have been trying to use Claude, like I said, and see if the automation, like just put your ideas there, and then Claude will process it and complete the whole thing, like the content. I still have to see that. But in using Gemini, that hasn't been very successful for me.
Got you.
I mean, I was gonna say as well, I don't think there is a task that's fully automated. At least for me, I don't trust the LLMs as well fully, because like I said, I've been exploring a bit, and like whenever I need it the most, that's been the situation where it hallucinated the most. And even like, I mean, I use it for some coding, I use it for SEO, for content, for a lot of things. So I don't think I've automated one full thing. I still want to do it manually. Maybe it's just my, I don't know, beliefs of not trusting it. But the one thing that I like is kind of most automated is the, well, kind of like the content creation process, but like the full process that happens before writing the content. I write things manually, but everything that happens before, I no longer have to go into all of these tools to find the keywords, the topics, the headings, the I don't have to like do all the manual things that take a couple of hours for me to create something that is a preparation stage for me to write the content. That has helped me like a lot, and it's also helped me in the research process. I think no longer exists in ChatGPT, but it used to have like the research mode, or like I don't know what it was called, and that was super helpful because then I could go into like say it, tell it what I need to write about, give me all the research that you have, and it would give it out to me, and then I have it like tune up for me, digest it for me, and given to me, and I can just go into okay, this is what I don't have to search for these. I have them here. This is what I need to read to get the sense of the topic or some information that I need, and then use it in my content. So for me, it has automated the content preparation process that then I can use and proceed to do my manual content writing. I haven't replaced my content writing with ChatGPT.
That's a great tech to share, Eva. Helen, do you want to
I think,
answer?
just taking from what Jan said and from what Eva said, I think no task is fully automated right now, but basically data. Yeah, just getting those insights, or you need to do monthly SEO reports, you need to do monitoring, you need to do all of that. So basically, that's the part where I use it the most, just help me with insights and so on, seeing something that I'm not seeing because there's a lot of graphics and a lot of things, repetitive things. So basically, it'll be that. Yeah, but again, it's not fully automated because sometimes it's just very biased. Everything is just so you need to give it a push. So you can tell you, well, here's the context. Give me insights based on that context, because otherwise it's just everything. It's either positive or negative or awful. So yeah. So basically on data, but yeah, not fully automated. So
Cool. We have the next question from Keyur. Any MCP for creating reports from Claude for insightful data reports?
So that is something that I'm currently learning still, and I've heard a lot of positive things about that, because data analysis really takes time.
Yeah,
So I hope that that would be something that's successful for me. And I mean,
yeah,
I've also been like trying to explore these things, but then again, after there was like recently the news of a company doing this to do reporting on the revenue, and had uh, all of the data hallucinated. That kind of makes me worry because they were relying on this data, as I mean every company, every person relies on the data that they have to make decisions. This company was relying on the data for the revenue to, and they were giving this data to like VC vendors and stakeholders, and they were like they thought this was the real data. So I wanted to like experiment with this, but then after reading this case and a few other cases, and from what I've seen in my experience, it hallucinates a lot, and I don't want it to hallucinate my data. So I've not been using an MCP to automate it. I've been giving it data that I have to analysis. Like I would give it a sheet and say, okay, analyze this and categorize it based on this, or give it like input. Okay, based on this, what is your like opinion or whatever. So I've been doing it manually without an MCP, just to give it to analyze it for me. But I still want to have the human touch in this because it's sensitive data, and some companies don't even want this data being accessible for LLMs. Those that are okay with it still want it to be real data. So even if I give it to like do analysis, I still have to check it. So I wanted to do an MC, like to use it as to automate it, but I've been straying further and further from it based on what's been happening recently. So maybe in the future, but I'm sorry I don't have like an answer for the which NCP to use because I don't trust it.
yeah. Yeah, to answer to that, I think so. I can add something. I have been trying this BigQuery MCP server by Suganthan Mohandasan from Keyword Insights, and he shared an update version 3 where there is a data visualization layer on top of your Google Search Console data, which you can export and put it on BigQuery, which is something that I am currently learning and experimenting. So I would say again, I underline all the points shared by Eva and John and Helen. Uh, just try to make sure that what are the KPIs that you're reporting to your client, and make sure that you provide the correct data, which is kind of verified by you, and then build a report using that data. Again, the human judgment of reporting the revenue numbers should always be dependent on the human editing, and never never on the MCPs. So yeah, that should help you. Okay, I think so. We have one more question from Isha. It's again around reporting. I think so. We already answered that, and we have a question from Malhar. Do you feel some of the LLMs hallucinate? Which one does more in your experience?
Yes, they do. So much.
A lot.
A lot. Like, oh, like I said, I recently tried it out for schema. It hallucinated the schema item, and this was like, I, in my experience, I think Claude has hallucinated least. No, the highest hallucination have been ChatGPT. For like, it's made up more information than I can count, especially with the new update. Gemini doesn't make up, and it's one of the few AIs that can actually say that it doesn't have some data. It can actually say, I can't give you this, unlike the others. Perplexity didn't hallucinate that much, and
Yeah.
DeepSeek was just good in not hallucinating. So I think ChatGPT does the most hallucination, in my opinion. And for me, because I've been actively using ChatGPT and Claude most, like the majority of time, where the others I've just tested out, for me, like Claude wins in the least hallucination part. Although this was Claude Code who hallucinated the schema, but it's still like the least, and it actually can follow directions better than ChatGPT does, and that's from my experience. And I've only tested out the others for like a few months. These two I've been actively using, so I can testify to these like fully.
Okay, what are your thoughts, Helen?
I mean, no, she said it all basically. But yeah, I mean, ChatGPT, yeah. I mean, and if you, I think it's also because you also give like very like wide berth, or just too broad of a, yeah, you give like too much opportunity for it to just go with whatever you feel like it, and just, just what is it called, just fact checking your ideas, or saying you're right for things that you are, I'm like, what is this? But yeah, no, ChatGPT, I think it's the least would be for me Perplexity. I mean, for research, I think that's one of the first that I use that I could actually, not like ChatGPT sometimes give you, I don't know, crazy sources, and then you have to double check that they actually exist, one, and then that they actually are talking about the topic you wanted to talk about. So basically, yeah, they do hallucinate a lot, but also you just need to use it. It's in the way you use it. Like, don't give ChatGPT that much chance for it to tell you if you're right or not. I mean, already getting into that you're right. So, or you're wrong, or you are trying to validate something. Validate, that was the word I was looking for. So, so basically, yeah, just don't take it, because it can take you anywhere, and you're just like, no, but wait a second, it doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, that'll be for me.
I want to add here that ChatGPT has in my case, has had the most hallucinated links, which is troublesome.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's troublesome because, like, okay, it, like, how many people are gonna go to those links and check it's a 404? That's the biggest problem, because, like, with the others, like, they can hallucinate, but they're just like, no, this is what you use. And when you challenge them, they're like, oh, I didn't find this. Okay, maybe or something. Where ChatGPT, it will straight on try to gaslight you and convince you. No, 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 this exists and this is the URL. And then when you challenge it and say it, the URL doesn't exist. It'll be like, oh, you're right, this is the URL, and gives you another hallucinated URL. That's my main problem with ChatGPT, especially with the research part. It used to be good with the research mode. Now with the like, I think it was 3 updates ago. Now it's like it gives you links that don't exist fully. Like outside the research mode, it used to also give you those links. Now it's like kind of even more, which is why it stopped giving out so many links, I think. But yeah, outside the research mode, it really did hallucinate the URLs. The research mode was like it did take 10 to 15 minutes for a prompt to like do so. That might be the key why.
Oh, fantastic inputs. I think so. When we used to do classical search 3, 4 years ago, just keywords into the search bar, it used to give us results. We used to skim through to top 3, 5 results. And if we could find an answer, okay. If we couldn't, we didn't find an answer. But I think so. All these LLM models are like kind of sugar coated, and then they always want to answer something. And even if they are not trained on that particular question, they will just pop up an answer. So it's crazy. And I saw this particular video where there's someone who's coding on Claude, and then he experimented that you go ahead and edit your claude.md file and write a rule that Codex is reviewing each of your outputs. So your competitor ChatGPT Codex is reviewing all your outputs, so Claude Code will produce better code. So it's all over the place. People are experimenting with what's going on in the space. And yeah, we are up on the hour. We are already 6 minutes over and above, and it's time to wrap up. I think so. The momentum of conversation is going really well, and I don't feel like ending this session, but with the due time we have in front of us, it's time to wrap up. And okay, do we have any questions? Okay, we have some more questions, but yeah, we will take those questions offline. Feel free to message us. But this was such a fantastic session, having a candid conversation on how AI and SEO is moving forward, how AI search landscape is evolving. And I can't thank enough the three incredible women who joined us today for this session. Thank you so much for taking out your time. Helen, Joanne, Eva, I can't thank three of you enough. So I think so. I have some notes before you leave. If you want to follow Joanne, just go out there and Google Joanne Tan SEO consultant to find out more about her work, and connect with her on LinkedIn or any socials that you could find. Uh, if you want to go out there and know more about Eva, go out on LinkedIn and follow her on LinkedIn, and her personal website, Eva-Jovanovic, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Awesome. And for Helen, if you want more information on Belgrade SEO conference, you can go to the conference website. And Helen believes in sustainable growth that begins strong foundations. So why create data-driven systems combining SEO, CRO, and align visibility with business goals? So go out there and follow all the three incredible women who joined us for our fifth session on SEO Talk. And that's a wrap to today's session. Thank you so much who tuned us live, and whoever is going to watch this particular replay. Do not forget to follow the SEO Talkers LinkedIn page and subscribe to our YouTube channel, or follow us on Twitter. We'll come up with more interesting sessions like we did today. And thanks so much, everyone who joined us today. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having us. Thank you for
Thank
watching
Thank
us.
you.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Just a quick shout out to the Women in Tech SEO community.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
All of us are in that
Absolutely.
community. So I'm so glad to finally.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
Helen,
definitely.
Arish, and everyone. Yep. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Parth. Thank you, everyone.